You've probably heard the word Agile tossed about. Well, what is Agile? Well, imagine several years back, there were some teams who looked around and noticed that they were more productive than the people around them. I mean, not just a little bit better, not even just like 2 times better, but like 5 times better, 10 times better. They asked themselves, why are we able to do this and other people can't? So they found other people who were also 10 times better, and they shared notes. They looked at what they did in common and what they did differently. They swapped techniques to see if they got the same or worse or better outcomes with somebody else's techniques. If they were different, that probably didn't affect success. And if they were the same, well, then maybe that probably did affect success. Eventually, a group of these people met at the Snowbird Ski Resort in Utah and codified what was common between them and called it the Agile Manifesto. And they were ruthless. If one of them didn't do it, it did not make it into the manifesto. Then they tried teaching these techniques to teams that were not already high performing. Could they reproduce that success? Some teams got a little better. Some teams got a lot better. Some teams got a little better with this technique, but it got a lot better with other techniques. They looked at what techniques worked in which situations and which failed under which conditions. This launched a community for sharing ideas and practices and reporting on the results. That eventually became what we know as the Agile Alliance with its events and conferences. It also inspired countless other local conferences, meetups, and communities of practice where people could get together and share and report out on the results of their experiments. The techniques that worked in multiple teams again and again, in different contexts and different companies, they survived and became popular. The ones that only worked in a few teams or only in certain industries eventually fell by the wayside. So the techniques that survived, the ones that are still handed down today, are the ones that worked for the majority of people and across multiple situations. Eventually, people packaged these best practices into frameworks and taught them to organizations under the name Agile. So many people get introduced to Agile through these frameworks, through classes and certifications, and they unknowingly start to believe that Agile is the framework and that the framework is Agile. But Agile really is just a way of thinking. How do we become better, and not just a little bit better, but how do we take huge leaps forward?